Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I will cover most important objective mechanical part 5 of this series. This is useful for NHPC JEE, SSC JEE, RRB JEE, UPSSC JEE and for all other exams. This one ISRO question. A centrifugal compressor is suitable for which of the following? Centrifugal compressor, low pressure ratio, high mass flow rate. So from option we will check. D is your correct answer. Low pressure ratio and high mass flow rate. This question is from thermal stress. A rod of length L and area of cross section A has a modulus of elasticity E and coefficient of thermal expansion alpha. One end of the rod is fixed and other end of the rod is free. If the temperature of rod is increased by delta T, then what will happen? So one end is fixed and other end is free. So normal, no thermal stress, and thermal stress alpha TE, alpha is coefficient of thermal expansion and T is you can write it as delta T also, change in temperature. Then strain is del L by L, change in length to original length, alpha into delta T, then change in length, alpha delta T into L. Other end is free, so thermal stress will be 0. Then strain develop in the rod, strain develop is this one, alpha into delta T. So from option stress develop, so this one not possible. Stress develop or strain develop negative, so this one also not possible. Stress developed in the rod is 0 and strain developed in the rod is alpha into delta T. C is your correct answer. Question is from production. Casting riser is designed so as to freeze after the casting freezes. Yes. A is your correct answer. A riser cools later, freeze after the casting freezes. A is your. ISRO question. The Kuchwatz criterion for determining the number of degrees of freedom N of a mechanism with L number of links and J as number of lower pair and H as number of higher pair. So N equal to 3 into L minus 1 minus 2J minus H. So from option we will check 3 into L minus 1 minus 2J H. C is your correct answer. ISRO question. This one also ISRO question. The crystal structure of cementite Fe3C crystal structure. It's orthorhombic. D is your correct answer. Then next question. Which of the following type of gear train, first gear and last gear, are coaxial? First gear and last gear are coaxial. For example, we are taking 4 gears 1, 2, 3 and 4. Gear 1 first gear and this one last gear are coaxial in reverted gear train. C is your correct answer. This one also ISRO question. Which of the following treatment does not improve hardness? Conching, shear kneading, normalizing and annealing. Answer is annealing. Increases ductility. Heat treatment, 4 processes: annealing, normalizing, hardening and case hardening. In annealing, furnace cooling, normalizing, air cooling and hardening, water cooling or oil cooling, quenching, case hardening, surface hardening process. Annealing, ductility increases, machinability increases, relieves stress relieving, Then for normal air cooling, hard surface, you will get hard surface and top core. Then in hardening also called as quenching or rapid cooling. Rapid cooling, either oil or water or oil plus water. Then case hardening examples are, this is also important, cyaniding, then carburizing, flame hardening, so does not improve hardness is aniline. D is your correct answer. This one also ISRO question. A spherical joint has dash degree of freedom. It's having 3 degrees of freedom. 2 links are there. One is having spherical end. And this one the fixed link. Ball and socket joint example. Spherical joint example is ball socket joint, 3 degrees of freedom. Link 1 and link 2. From engineering drawing also they may ask this type of questions. 2-3 questions they may ask. For isometric projection of a sphere, for isometric projection, if you take a sphere and isometrically project it, then you will get circle. A is your correct answer. Then from industrial engineering, ABC inventory control focuses on these items not readily available, items which consumes less money, items which have more demand, items which consumes more money. D is your correct answer. ABC inventory control. This one already discussed in my previous videos. How does the viscosity of fluids vary with increase in temperature? If you increase the temperature, then viscosity of gas increases, viscosity of liquid decreases. So from option, viscosity of fluids vary with increase in temperature. Increases in both liquids and gas. Increases in liquids, decreases for gas. No. Increases for gas, decreases for liquid. C is your correct answer. Strength of material question. Elasticity of a mild steel specimen is defined by MS specimen or mild steel specimen is defined as. So if you take the stress strain graph, stress versus strain graph, stress strain graph, let this one O, A point, then B point. These 2 points are required. A point is your upper yield point, and B is your lower yield point. To define elasticity, we used to take lower yield point. So from option we will check Hooke's law. Hooke's law is up to proportional limit or straight line. Stress is directly proportional to strain. Within proportional limit, stress is directly proportional to strain. Then yield point, upper yield point, lower yield point not available. So B is your correct answer. Yield point. Strength of material also lower yield point. In our house also we used to use Tata TMT rod, Tata TMT, Jindal TMT. In Jindal you will find 550D. This 550 it indicates lower yield point. Lower yield point 550 megapascal. Next question, for a linearly elastic isotropic homogeneous metal, the number of elastic constant required to relate stress and strain is how much? Telangana State PSC exam. And we know for homogeneous and isotropic metal, the number of independent elastic constant required to relate stress and strain is it's 2. Then for orthotropic it's 0.9, and for anisotropic it's 21. Already in my first or second video already discussed the definition of homogeneous, orthotropic and anisotropic. You can check that. In this question they asked for homogeneous and isotropic. Number of elastic constant required is 2. A is your correct answer. They may ask this type of problem also in upcoming NHPC and UPPSC exam, and for Tehri-Diam exam also. Young's modulus of elasticity and Poisson's ratio of material are. So E value given. E value how much? 1.25 into 10 to the power 5 megapascal, and mu value Poisson's ratio 0.34. The modulus of rigidity of the material we have to calculate. So G value we have to calculate, and we know from the relation E equal to 2G into 1 plus mu. From here we will calculate. So G value how much you will get? E divided by 2 into 1 plus mu. E value how much given? 1.25 into 10 to the power 5 divided by 2 into 1 plus 0.34. So how much you will get? 1.25 into 10 to the power 5 divided by 2 into 1.34. So you will get 2.68. So 2.68, you take it as 2.75, 275, 125 by 275. So 25 into 5, 25 into 11 into 10 to the power 5. So 5 by 11, how much you will get? 0.4, then 6, 0.45. So we took this one as 275 for our convenience. So this answer should be less than your correct answer. So how much you will get? 0.45. B is your correct answer. Approximately 0.4664 into 10 to the power 5 megapascal. B is your correct answer. Next question. If a material has modulus of elasticity of 2 into 10 to the power 6, so E value, modulus of elasticity 2 into 10 to the power 6 kg per centimeter square, and modulus of rigidity G value 0.8 into 10 to the power 6 kg per centimeter square. Approximate value of Poisson's ratio we have to calculate. E is equal to 2G into 1 plus mu. 2 into 10 to the power 6, 2 into 0.8 into 10 to the power 6, 1 plus mu. How much you will get? Or 8 by 10, 10 by 8 equal to 1 plus mu. Mu equal to 10 by 8 minus 1. So you will get 2 by 8 or 1 by 4.25. From option A is your correct answer. Question is, an ideal fluid is one which is ideal fluid, frictionless, incompressible, K equal to infinity, bulk modulus is infinity. Then your surface tension, no surface tension. So we will check frictionless and incompressible, highly viscous, having relative density less than water, A is your correct answer. Frictionless and incompressible. Bulk modulus is infinity, having no surface tension. For a soft bubble, the surface tension sigma and difference of pressure delta P related at for soft bubble. Soft bubble, then water droplet, then jet. Option A, del P equal to 4 sigma by D. This one is inside a drop. Then del P sigma by 4D, sigma by 2D, del P equal to 8 sigma by D. This one for soft bubble. And for jet, it is 2 sigma by D. So all three are important. For drop, 4 sigma by D, and for soft bubble, 8 sigma by D, and for jet, 2 sigma by D. Next question, Jharkhand Public Service Commission question. The velocity gradient in transverse direction of a fluid flow equal to velocity gradient in transverse direction. From stress strain graph, this one from Newton's law, that stress versus shear stress versus velocity gradient or strain rate. Velocity gradient equal to rate of shear strain. So from option we will check velocity gradient is by dy, it's equal to rate of shear strain. The pressure gradient in the flow, the rate of shear strain is, this one is your correct answer. The stress at the point, strain at the point. Newton's law, directly proportional to velocity gradient. Then next question, rheology is the study of non-Newtonian fluids. So from option C is your correct answer. First some concept, then we will solve some question. Vortex flow. Vortex is a rotating mass of fluid. It may be free vortex or forced vortex. In free vortex, torque is constant. And in forced vortex, angular velocity is constant. Omega is constant. In free vortex flow, fluid mass rotates without any external force, and in forced vortex flow, fluid mass rotates by means of some external force. Angular velocity is constant. Then examples are very, very important. In free vortex flow, example is whirlpool in a river, in wash basin, water flowing in wash basin. Then your free vortex flow, centrifugal pump, casing also, centrifugal pump, casing. After it leaves the impeller, in turbine also, turbine casing. Before it enters through the guide vane, inside casing, free vortex flow. And forced vortex flow, inside impeller of centrifugal pump, then turbine blades of turbine. So some questions we will solve. This one asked in NTPC exam. Motion of liquid in a volute casing of centrifugal pump is, so volute casing, it's free vortex not available in this option. Spiral vortex flow. Spiral vortex flows is combination of your cylindrical vortex flow and radial flow. Cylindrical vortex flow is your concentric flow. Then it's combination of cylindrical vortex plus radial flow, that is called as spiral vortex flow. So D is your correct answer. This one also NTPC question. A turbine runs at 240 rpm. So N1 is 240 rpm. Then head H1 is equal to 9 meter. N1 240 rpm. Then speed of turbine operating under a head of 16 meter will be how much? So we have to calculate the N2 value. We know unit speed Nu is equal to N by root H. So from here N1 by H1 root over equal to N2 by H2 root over. We have to calculate N2 value. N2 value equal to N1 into H2 by H1. So N1 value how much? 240 into H2 root over 16 root over 9 root over 240 into 4 by 3 320 rpm. B is your correct answer. So they may ask this type of simple problems, one liner or two liner problem only. In polytropic process, equation PV to the power n equal to constant. If n equal to 0, process is known as, we will follow PV diagram. Pressure versus volume diagram. N equal to 0, n equal to 1, n equal to gamma, n equal to infinity. 4 processes are there. So n equal to 0, it's a constant pressure process. P equal to constant pressure process or isobaric process. Then n equal to 1, it's isothermal process. N equal to gamma, it's isentropic or adiabatic process. And n equal to infinity, this one constant volume process or isobaric process. In this question they asked if n equal to 0, n equal to 0 means this one, PV to the power 0 equal to constant or P equal to constant. Isobaric process, constant pressure process, B is your correct answer. And if n equal to 1, you will get PV equal to constant. Isothermal process, n equal to 1. And for adiabatic process, n equal to gamma, constant volume process, n equal to infinity. Question is, this one from Rajasthan Public Service question. A tire with inside volume of 1 meter cube contains air at 77 degrees Celsius with a pressure of 5 bar. Air is an ideal gas. Under these conditions, the mass value we have to calculate. So B equal to 1 meter cube, T equal to 77 degrees Celsius. Convert it into Kelvin, 350 Kelvin. 77 plus 273, 350 Kelvin you will get. And P equal to 5 bar. It's equal to 5 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Then mass value we have to calculate. PV equal to MRT. R value is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Kilojoule per kg Kelvin. And put the values. M equal to PV by RT. P value how much? 5 into 10 to the power 5 into V equal to 1 meter cube. R value 0.287. Convert it into joule by kg Kelvin. into 10 to power 3 joule per kg Kelvin, temperature in Kelvin 350 Kelvin, then 10 to power 3, 10 to power 5, 1 0 10 you will get, then 5 into 10 into 1000 divided by 287 here 35 also here, 5 into 7, then 290 you write, 10 cancel, this one you convert 30, then 100 by 21, so around 5 you will get, approximately 5 kg. So from option C is your correct answer. Without calculator you have to take approximate value. So this is the end of this part 5.